Chris, how are you, man?
Good, yeah. Just touring away, making my way across the U.S. and Canada. We came from Toronto last night, so it's good.
So we're in Connecticut today, Hartford, and it's gorgeous weather out here, great day for a rock concert. The last couple of tours you guys have done have all been indoors, at least here in the U.S. Is it nice to be outside for a change?
Yeah, it's always been kind of like my goal to be outside, to play outside, because as a fan, I always love those festivals. I love the outdoor shows and stuff. But it does, does pose a little bit more difficulty in the sense that you never know what the weather is going to be like, and even the littlest things can play havoc with, whether it's your wireless systems or anything on stage. So I definitely do like the outdoor shows better in terms of when they come off well, but they have a big potential to not come off well.
Do you have a particular favorite kind of venue, like clubs, arenas, stadiums?
No, they all have their appeal. Like the clubs, I really like clubs because you're so close to the audience. It's like you're a part of the crowd and you're actually part of all of the chaos that's ensuing in the crowd. So I like that a lot. And then, of course, when you play the opposite, the show's 120,000 people. You just get this whole sense of that the amount of people there, and you can't even see to the end of the crowd, and that itself is amazing. So I like it all for different reasons.
About halfway through right now, and you guys are playing. You're headlining with Godsmack and Disturbed,
right?
And they're more, I guess, for lack of a better term, more radio friendly, straightforward. While you guys have the real thrash metal. Do you feel there's a clash of styles?
There's definitely no doubt that the styles are different, but I think that with the resurgence of thrash metal, that it fits more now than ever, because there is a gaining popularity in thrash, so I think it makes sense this time around to really go that route.
What other bands in this tour are you enjoying?
Well, I always love the guys in the Flames. They always put on a great show. Love the music too. Same with Machine Head. Rob's a great guy, and they are always on the thing. It's like I've seen them actually right before we played a number of times. They always make me think, all right, I gotta up my game now.
On this tour, we're seeing some new songs pop up on the internet. Everyone's taking videos of the new song, putting it on YouTube. It's called Public Enemy No. 1. And I'm listening to it, and maybe it's a little hard to tell from YouTube, but it seems like it's got a lot more of a melodic hook than the last record, or the last two records really had. Almost more of that Euthanasia, Countdown to Extinction feel.
Right.
Do we expect that on the album in general?
I wouldn't say that the album follows any one format. It's got everything from stuff that harkens back to Killing Is My Business, to Countdown to Extinction, to even some stuff that sounds like Endgame. So I think you're going to find that it's a really diverse CD. It's almost like a timeline in Megadeth history. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously I enjoyed Endgame, but it's always nice to hear Dave singing, and he didn't really do much singing on the last record. So are you guys making a conscious effort? We're going to intentionally put in a little more melody and catchiness in this one?
It wasn't intentional by any means. I think when you start developing a song, you would think that you could take the song anywhere you want to go, but sometimes it's the song that takes you where it wants to go. So that's the way things kind of pan out.
Well, how does the songwriting work? Because obviously it's Dave's band, at this stage.
Yep.
But do you contribute rhythm tracks and song ideas?
We all contribute, but at the end of the day, it has to sound like Megadeth, right? If I wrote the whole CD, it would be hard for me to get it to sound and satisfy all of the Megadeth fans. So it comes back to Dave and Stan at that point, right? After that, we've all presented ideas, and we go through, we pick what we like, we pick what we don't like, and then the organization of developing the choruses, the verses, the bridges, and all of that starts happening. And then from there, I'll start looking at melodic lines over the top, or harmonies, of course course, my solos, and Ellison will take a look at his, his bass line, Sean his drums, and we all just started putting it together from there.
When you first got the call from, was it Dave, I'd imagine, we want you to join Megadeth? I know Sean hooked you up, right?
Yeah, Sean and Glenn had talked about who could replace Glenn, and my name came up on a pretty short list from what I hear. And then they let Dave know that they thought that I might be a good candidate. And Dave had seen some of my YouTube clips online, so he had his manager call me.
And what kind of feeling is that?
It was almost like, is this guy trying to pull my chain here or what? But I was definitely interested right from the get-go, and so we met, talked about what each other was interested in, and got to work.
Were you a little worried given, I guess, the most difficult history of the lead guitarist in Megadeth?
No, I didn't even have time to consider that, because it was, for me, I just saw how much work I had to do in front of me, and that's all that really mattered. So there was no time to worry one way or the other,
Well, everyone seems to be saying that the drama has really mellowed out in the last couple of years. No more beef, everyone's cool with Big Four and everything like that. What was the hardest Megadeth song for you to learn?
I would say off the bat, the one that was the most surprising was the first one I learned, which was Holy Wars. I knew Holy Wars was always in the set, so that was the first one that I went after, and it was just a little shocking because I was like, wow, this is actually a little bit more intricate than I was expecting. So that one, just because it was the first one, but with each next song that you learn, you kind of pick up more and more about the individuals and their styles and what they do and their tricks and stuff like that. So with each next song that you learn, it becomes more and more easy.